let me make it clear to you to understand our argument, yeah? This phone, if I tell you, was made by a rock, or a child, or a man with a qualification, which one is it?
Probably the qualified man.
Why not a rock? Rock has energy.
Somehow I can't imagine a rock building a phone.
It's illogical to say a rock creating this beautiful phone, well designed, okay? A rock has energy, but doesn't qualify it to make a phone. A child has energy and has a knowledge and it has a will. But that is illogical to say a child 5 months old make this phone. This phone, even though we haven't seen the person who made the phone, but it's called the unseen, because we haven't seen the person, that's called the unseen. You with me? But yet, we can come to a conclusion with certainty that the person who made the phone must be wise, knowledgeable, have ability. That's on a smaller scale. What about you as a human being? What about this creation? Must be this creator powerful, most wise. Therefore, logic dictates the most wise creator will not create the creation without any purpose. There must be a purpose for our creation.
What do you think our purpose is?
No, purpose.
Yeah.
Must be a purpose for our creation.
Yeah, must be a purpose.
No doubt about that.
Do you know the purpose?
No, I'm going to come to it now.
All right.
Okay. Logically, no. To know our purpose of this life, logically speaking, rationally, we should go back to the one who made this creation. Yeah. Just as if I want to know, imagine I'm the first person to make a phone, and no one before me made a phone. I made it from scratch. Yeah. If you want to learn about the purpose of the phone, you come to me. It's a logical way.
Can we stop using metaphors and just say humankind instead of phone?
No. It's good. You know why? You know, it's good to give examples to make the picture clearer. Because you know why? Because phone is a matter, the creation is a matter. So both of them, you can see there is knowledge behind it, wisdom behind it. So if you try to differentiate between the two, that is illogical. You see? Because that's what the beauty of Islam. Islam doesn't differentiate between the same thing, and doesn't combine and harmonize between the completely issues or completely different things. You understand? So my point here is logically go back to the creator. That's why you're focusing on this, bro.
Yeah, no, carry on.
Are you listening to me?
Yes, I am listening. Yeah.
Tiger, listen. Tiger doesn't focus on cameras. Tiger doesn't focus on the.
I was just looking at your phone. You're talking about your phone.
You want to take it or something?
No, thank you. My phone's pretty bad. I mean, unless you're selling yours.
You're
carry on about the creator.
You're gonna give an evil eye, man. Let me put it back. Yeah. I'm joking.
Tell me more about your creator.
So logically now, the creator knows about his creation. That's why the creator sent the prophets and messengers. Moses, Abraham, Noah, Jesus, Jacob, many prophets and messengers. The last of them is the Prophet Muhammad, in order for us, ﷺ, to know what is our purpose in this life. Yeah. Does it make sense so far?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Makes sense. But now when you look...
God makes humans, sends prophets to tell us what to do.
Yes, do you see why? Because why? If the Creator left it up to our feelings and our intellect, we have different feelings. Yeah. We can come to different conclusions. However, when it comes to the Creator, it's objective. That's why when he sent the prophets and messengers, they did not just send them by saying to them, claim to be prophets of God. Rather, he gave them something that differentiates them from the rest of the people, in order for you and I to know who is a true prophet, who is not.
Yeah.
Do you know what that which is? They come with the prophecies, with the miracles. They came with the same teaching, even though they never met each other. God aided them through their life, and God aided their followers. When it was the Prophet Muhammad, he came with the miracle, the Quran. Let me just make it clear to you, which no religion has it. The 5 things that is destroying our society and destroying any society in the world, Islam forbids it. Alcohol.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Alcohol, we spend on NHS 2.something billion a year.
One question about it.
But before, let me finish, yeah? To show you, yeah? Alcohol, fornication, interest, gambling, drugs, smoking, that destroys society and it destroys individuals.
Is shisha haram?
Shisha is haram, yeah, harms the body. Yeah. Islam comes, say don't do it. Alcohol, they say drink only, like some people say, wine is the blood of so and so. No, wine is the blood of a Satan. You know, you agree with that? Because you see, so Islam says no, don't do that. So when you look to Islam legislation came from someone who lived 1,400 years ago in the middle of desert, yet is the best legislation for you as individual and for society. And guess what? He said that legislation came from the Most High.
I have a question. So I mean,
yeah, go on.
I heard from some brothers that when you go to heaven, there's a river of wine. Is that true?
Yeah, but that wine is not like this wine that intoxicates you and make you rape girls and kill people. No, it's not safe.
Okay, cool. So,
yeah. But
I mean, it's bad here, but it's good in heaven.
Yeah, different ways. Like, you know, there's some types of fruit here that is not nice here, but in heaven is nice.
Okay.
That's why this stuff is a test.
Second thing, fornication, right?
Yes, fornication, yes.
Is that having relations with women outside of marriage?
Yes, fornication, yes.
Did
Not just outside marriage. Fornication, having sex with a woman outside the legislation of the Creator.
So, did Muhammad and who's one of his followers? Ali? Yeah. No, not Ali, the other one. Who's the other? Abu Bakr.
Oh,
right?
Bakr.
Did they not have concubines?
They have what the right hand possesses, yes.
Right, and that was cool? I mean,
yeah, but I just told you that. No, I just told you, fornication, doing something outside the legislation, having sex outside what God legislated. Okay. God legislated in the war, because you're talking about servant females, yeah? I mean, in the war, back in those days, why you have to understand? Akhi, brother, I'm speaking next to my ear.
Having like relations with women that you're not married with or going to have kids with.
But back in those days, you have to understand, yeah? In Islam, in a war, God gave 4 options to the leader. In a war, proper war, not a group of people, yeah? Proper war, yeah? So in a war, there's either, when you take the war prisoners, when you take them, either you let them go free, you know, or you exchange them with the other prisoners, okay? Or you ask the country to give them money to give them away, or if you want to keep them as a servant, so whatever the leader believes is best interest for the Muslim community, he does which one.
Well, there's the leader, as in Muhammad or?
No, any Muslim leader in our time. Oh, okay. Yeah, leader. So God gives options. So the leader looks, okay, having servant females or having servants doesn't apply, or it's not the best interest for the Muslim community. What is the best interest? Let us exchange the prisoners. So Islam did not come just have them as a servant. No. Now, if you keep them as a servant, you clothe them the same with the same garments. You treat them the way you treat yourself. You give them the same food. They have a right over you, you know. And if they work for you, make sure if you give them a hard job, they have to take care of them. Now people say there's no such as a servant females. You know why? Because now we throw a bomb and we kill everyone. That's why it doesn't exist anymore. But back in those days, you take them, take care of them, look after them. That's why many servants, female and males, accept Islam when they came directly contact with the Islamic teaching. They accept Islam willingly. You understand that? Yeah. So, because why? Back in those days, it's in the middle of nowhere. Either you can leave these women and children, they'll be raped or killed.
You could just leave her, I mean.
To whom?
Well, I mean, just alone. You didn't need to
in the middle of nowhere?
Yeah, I mean, they didn't. Well, they give us some money, some water.
Yeah, but they don't know that.
Free, but I don't see why.
No, Tiger.
Can I finish? Sorry.
Oh, sorry, go on.
I don't see, because it's like you said that fornication is a no-go.
Yeah.
But I mean, it clearly shows some of your top guys have been having concubines and sex with women that they're not even married.
That's not fornication.
Isn't it?
No, it's not.
What is fornication?
As I said, fornication, having a sex, because why? When you have fornication with a woman, you believe she has no right over you. Okay. When you have intercourse with a servant female, she has a right over you. That's why Prophet Muhammad said, look, that's why when it comes to servant female, she has a right over you. That's why many men who doesn't want to get married. You know why? Because my girlfriend, I can do whatever I like. I can have something with her today, have it tomorrow, and I don't pay her, I don't give her money, I don't take care of her. Because why? She cannot take me to the court, and with the law, that I have a right, she has a right over me. But the servant female, which we're speaking about something that doesn't really exist anymore, but for the sake of argument, there is not any doubt, is a justice. Now, what you have to understand, Tiger, there's something which is called illusional life, and something called real life. In a reality, in the middle of desert, when there's nothing and there's many highway robbers killing women and children, you're not going to leave this woman. Which one is better? It's to leave her and you know. It's to leave her when you know she's going to be killed and raped and do every evil thing will happen to her, or take her, take care of her, treat her nice, and you allow her to have intercourse with her. Which one?
Is it consensual? Does the woman consent if she refuses?
Before that, which one is it?
Probably the second one was probably like.
Would you take her?
But the women that they're taken as concubines. I mean, is it consensual? Do these women want to have sex with?
Yeah, you have to tell her. You can't force her.
Yeah, you can't force a concubine.
Brother, how you can't force? Listen, when you want to have intercourse with a woman, it's enjoyment, correct?
Yeah.
Billah alik, but Allah, how are you gonna force a woman? Why she doesn't want to give it to you? Like a Tyson, you're not going to have Tyson? No, that's what Allah said. That's what Allah said was, عاشروهن بالمعروف.
Funny, you use Tyson as a reference, but I mean, Tyson raped the woman, but I mean, that's...
No. You know, Tyson, miskin, I don't know, because I don't believe in media and everything. You know, I don't believe this stuff, to be honest. You say this, I don't know. I don't know what Tyson said. You know, Tyson does, I want to hear from Tyson what he's going to say. You know, I don't believe in the media. Media make innocent people rapists, and the rapist innocent. Anyway, my point here is that when you teach of Islam, Yeah, so you want to have enjoyment, so you have to take care of her, treat her nice. You don't have to force her. But you know, you jumped the gap though.
What?
You jumped from one thing to the thing.
Yeah, I just focus on those two things.
Yeah, but
from what I heard about
no
your
problem.
religion.
But alhamdulillah, it goes in now. Our sound reasoning.
Sorry,
it goes,
what are the three other things? I forgot them. So fornication and alcoholism isn't cool.
Fornication, alcohol, gambling. Gambling. You know people what they do, brother Tiger. Some people they will steal stuff from their own house to go buy, sell it and do gambling. It's allowed here gambling.
Yeah.
But they say don't be extreme. How? It's like giving a baby a knife, say play with it, but don't be extreme. Doesn't make any sense. You know what differentiates Islam? Also, interest. Interest make the rich people richer and the poor people poorer. Do you know people talk about slavery? Do you know which slavery that we live in our time? The slavery of our desires. And that is the worst slavery. When you become a slave of your desire. Today it's okay to sleep with so and so, with the tree. Tomorrow it's okay to sleep with your mother. You are a follower of your desires. That's why in the Quran Allah says do not follow your desires. Because why? Desires is no criteria. So Islam teaches you also that you cut off the evil from its roots. No, you tell people sell cigarettes, but you have to go easy. For example of that, let me give you some example here. We know that rape is illegal. Rape is illegal. Stabbing people is illegal. Yeah? Gun is killing people is illegal. However, we invite people, singers, and we give them ridiculous money, and we give them a safe place, nice place to promote these crimes.
I mean, I don't really listen to that kind of
No,
music.
but watch this one. Look at the contradiction. One hand, they said, oh youth, don't do this. But on the other hand, they're bringing singers as a role models for this youth to glorify music, to glorify killing, to glorify raping. Islam will teach you now, you cut it off. Well, come on. That clearly shows you Islam from the creator of everything.
Yeah.
Does it make sense?
Oh, it makes perfect sense.
Why don't you become Muslim?
Just not a big fan. I like my freedom.
What is define freedom?
I think my freedom to choose. I mean, so for example, I mean, drinking isn't okay in Islam. I don't drink excessively, but I like to have a drink now and then.
Is it good for you or bad for you?
Oh, it's bad, but I mean, it's a risk that I take.
So now you're
also
gonna
like
1 second, just
pork-based products. You know, I like bacon now and then. Obviously, you guys aren't allowed that.
No, wait. So now what you are just saying?
No. You're asking me why I'm not. Wait, a third thing is the whole.
You're not
allowed to like touch women, right? That aren't your girlfriend or wife.
No. If you're not allowed to touch your wife, how are you gonna have intercourse?
No. I said
you're gonna say Wi-Fi intercourse.
No. Like obviously, like.
Or Bluetooth intercourse.
Yeah, I mean, no, like you're allowed to touch your wife, your sister, or your mother, but no other woman.
No woman.
And that makes sense to me. I get that, but I feel like you can have platonic friends. Like if there's a rule where like you can't touch your platonic female friend, I mean, I have more control over myself.
Before we go to that, firstly, alcohol. Even though you admit in front of us, alcohol harm you. So what you do, you choose a freedom.
I don't do it excessively.
You choose a freedom that will harm you. For the sake, you reject God's teaching for the sake of fake freedom that will harm you. That shows me something going on.
Well, I mean,
I can see you're a south person, you're a good person.
So I mean, I don't do it excessively. I just have it now and then.
But scientists tell us, and with empirical proofs, little harms, just as a lot harms, little alcohol harms too.
Oh yeah, so a little.
So what you do? So now the problem is not with the creator, it's the problem with yourself. You're choosing.
Shut up! I'm talking to my friend.
Tiger, you're choosing harm.
He's trying to convert me.
Yeah, not revert you, not convert you.
All right, yeah, because
revert you. Yeah,
because you're born Muslim.
Yeah, no doubt. So what I'm saying to you, look, Tiger, don't blame the creator of Day of Judgment when God will say to you, look, the truth was clarified to you, you admit the truth, but you choose to follow something that will harm you. Don't blame the creator, because the creator has the attribute of mercy which we can observe, is the effect of it, likewise the attribute of anger, and based upon the attribute of mercy create paradise, and based upon the attribute of anger create the hellfire. And he said clearly, not from his justice to make equal those who are righteous with those who are wicked. So you have the free will to choose, but you're choosing that which harm you.